We know that voting is just one part of the civic participation journey. So, what happens to elected officials once they are in office? What are their roles and responsibilities? In course number 3, we spoke about the roles, responsibilities, oversight, and accountability functions played by members of parliament. We also spoke about our system of government, which is made up of the executive, the legislature, and the independent judiciary. We also discussed the 3 spheres of government, that is, national, provincial, and local government. In the National Assembly, the provincial legislatures, and local councils, your elected representatives serve as members of parliament, members of the provincial legislatures, and council members. The word legislature is another way of saying a place where laws are written and passed. Members of these legislatures can also be appointed to serve in the executive as ministers, deputy ministers, members of the Executive Council, or MECs, and members of the Mayoral Committee, otherwise known as MMCs. That said, MPs and MPLs hold a lot of power. In fact, when we vote them in, we give them the power to make decisions on our behalf. So, let's dive into the roles of MPs and MPLs a bit more and illustrate why they are so important and why you should care who they are. Their core function is to make laws, oversee the work of the executive and state institutions, facilitate cooperative governance, and ensure that we as citizens are involved in the democratic process. A significant part of this is presiding over budgets at the national and provincial levels of government. Budgets are where the government tells us how much they intend to spend on services such as education, healthcare, and infrastructure. In the 2024 budget, it was outlined that consolidated government spending will amount to 2.37 trillion rand and 2.6 trillion rand in the following year. Consolidated government spending is the total spending by national and provincial government, social security funds, and selected public entities such as municipalities, Eskom, and other entities. MPs and MPLs preside over and make decisions about trillions of rands in funding in areas that impact multiple spheres of life for all citizens. And they continue to be responsible for how this money is spent throughout their 5-year term in office. This is why it is so important to make informed electoral choices and to be mindful of who you will be electing to do this work. These are the people who will be making powerful decisions, such as electing the country's president, drafting and amending laws, and presiding over the country's budget. For more information on the other important functions, roles, and responsibilities of MPs and MPLs, you can head back to course number 3. What is most important to remember is that when you give your vote to the political party or independent candidate you want to represent you in any of the 3 spheres of government, you are actually choosing people who will be selected to work as officials in the jobs we have spoken about in this lesson and in courses number 3 and number 6. Knowing your elected officials' roles and their responsibilities will help you make an informed decision, so you can make sure that you are choosing the right people for the job.